Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're finally here at the beginning of a match. Right at the beginning. And it's a death mirror matchup. I bet these guys hate it. But it's just the state of the game right now. I know last patch was nothing but fires and fighting fires. Now it's death versus death. But anyways. On the bottom side of the map, we have Darby Daisy. Daisy. As plain as a death. And on the top side of our map, we got Duncan Hololo. Hollow? Yes. Also playing as a death. We got an early steel pit from Duncan, so definitely say the early game goes to Duncan. First 5 rounds. Countered it with the wand. Still 5 damage. But then we got another counter. Wow. Definitely went to Duncan the early round. And mind you, in a mirror, every bit of HP counts. Every bit of stats counts, you know? As we've seen, I've already seen 3 games in a row. Very high ranking death versus death come down to the wire. Like a few hundred points. Man, last game got me depressed though. So depressed. Should have won. Darby should have won. She wanded instead of... I guess maybe they didn't have a hit, but still. She had 4 pips. No, 5 pips. 2 powers and 1. No, I think it was 1 power and 2 white pips. And wanded with the blade on. Didn't kill. He ghouled, killed. Man. I felt that. Anyways, let's see if we get some redemption today. 3rd match I think I recorded. I'd seen Darby playing. I don't know if I've ever casted a match though. I just follow the highest ranking players most of the time though. So that's really, I'm pretty biased. Just high rank, we'll see how you play. But I will say, high, like a Warlord 2 patches ago isn't the same as right now. You know, it's always changing the patch, and your ranking doesn't change if you play. I mean, it doesn't reset your ranking. You know, it just resets like to a checkpoint. So, like if you play, obviously if you play like Storm right now as a Warlord, you probably drop a lot of elo. Or last patch, I mean. I don't know how they are now. But anyways. We did see a Pirate Dragon. He's max pipped right now. He just needs to take these off and then hit. She isn't giving him any shields though to kind of Pirate Dragon off of. So he has to kind of do his own searching, which I guess it's okay because he still has 1 more. How is he gonna get rid of that? It doesn't make sense. Because he should have Pirate. Oh, I guess he can't do it. He can't. There's nothing to Pirate Dragon. But is he just gonna ghoul again? I'm assuming. No, he's just gonna Grim. For fun. It should still be 2,500 minimum. 2378. Right? Oh, 2,500 exactly? That's crazy. I even said 2,500, then I switched it because like you never see exact numbers. Am I getting a lot of feedback on this? I think I was. Turned it down now. We got a heli. So I'm assuming the weakness only affects the dot. It doesn't affect the second attack, right? I'm so confused about that card. What do I want to see here? A brace or a reshield? He can reshield. She only has 4 pips. 5 pips. You're counting just fires. Unless she has a shatter, which will not be correct, I guess. I don't know. He's here. Not bad. He does have pip control, which is nice. He's keeping that pip control. And to be fair, they're both higher ranking. I believe he's like a mid 1900s and she's just above 2K. So I would still consider 1900s like peak performance. It's only the difference between 1900 and 2000. Especially in a mirror matchup, it's like that's insane. At least it's like they can kill each other, right? Ice versus ice, you're not gonna. No one's gonna win. It's just gonna go to Diego, and he just picks whoever. But here, it's always down to the wire. Or really, literally, every 3 games in a row went down to the last play. 100 HP, 70 HP. It's insane. I mean, it's really good. We got a power dragon here, though. She still has 2 weaknesses. She wants every bit of damage for him to get it. She wants him to get every bit of damage. So it should be at least 1200 from the pack damage there. We have a horseman coming in. 5 pips here. Just stick double weakness though. But like we saw last game, double weakness doesn't really matter, right? It's probably just to get his weakness down. Minus 45, that's like so good. Steel Pip, really good play. I mean, it's always a good play. But he still has the threshold for a big hit here. He can use dragon right here. Oh, let's see the dragon. Oh, Banshee, still good. I think dragon would have been nice there though, because it would have done a ton of taken all the blades off and do like really good damage. But with all these stacks, she can't really do much. She can't actually. What's she gonna do? Dang, it's just 222. Minus 110, 115. What's 45 plus 45? It's 25. I don't know. Tons of no damage. What do you do? Like, do your own horseman poison? Okay. This is weird. Still did 332 damage. That does not make sense. That should be doing like 1 damage. guess with the blade, it's what was it like a plus 30? I don't remember. But anyways, we got the brace to take off the, which I assumed was gonna happen. She couldn't mash her. Okay, I didn't predict that. I actually predicted it. It was too slow. So this should do 0 damage, right? Like 200 on top of the brace. Should be at least 200. Okay, 249. But this, I don't understand the weakness mechanics. It doesn't make sense. I feel like when you have double shields and you hit it, you get no damage. But when you have 3 weaknesses, you still do 400 on a poison. I guess it was attenuated and bladed. So who knows? Interesting choice to take off the weaknesses, but Death doesn't really have much to take off weaknesses other than if they use Purge or Wanding. So no real low pip spells or damage into spells. And I don't think they run Snowman. They go for Purge. But got a brace here. Still have 2 weaknesses on, so what are we gonna do? Shield into a ghoul? I don't know. You can force and brace here. I would brace. This is hard. And this is way more exciting than if it's... Sorry. Than Ice v Ice, because you can kill each other. Like, any wrong move and you're just dead, so. But there's not, like, no time where there's no weaknesses on the board. There's always weakness. Someone's gonna be weakness no matter what. So you would think Ice would be a great counter, but guess what? Ice has no way to deal with shields, so it's kind of like pointless. No shield counterplay for Ice, even though they're the best shielders in the game. They just don't know how to break them. Like, they know how to make them, but in terms of taking them down, they're not shield breakers. We used to be really good, though. We had Snow Angel once upon a time, and we had Frostbite that used to be Dots. PvP. Those were the greatest days for Ice, in my opinion. We could handle anything. Now, we're just like a second tier support class. Even our resist is not even that high anymore. It's only like, what, 6 more than every other school? It's like, oh, we have high resist. Nope. It's like the highest, but not that high. Not much higher. And the highest health. Nope. We had really good dots. Not anymore. We do okay with traps, but then even myths are like super good with trapping. We're only good against auras. I guess that's our only plus. We do good versus auras. And okay, we have a Elephant. Nice little dot on the elephant. 1,000 damage right there. 1,600 total. Probably 17. Still pipped up. We're gonna need to see a shatter here. Not a shatter. Well, we need a shatter, but... a shatter butt. Higher dragon. Nice. Straight into the hit. Let's go. said, wrong shield, bud. And I have a Pyro Dragon waiting for you next round? No, not really. Well, technically he does. Now he can't even Grim anymore because he's minus 65. Or minus 75. So he had a Grim set up, but not anymore. What does he do? He can't do anything. Horseman? He's behind 2 weaknesses. And if he uses Purge, he'll still behind 1 weakness. And she still has 6 pips. So if I'm her, I'm using shield here. Right? Forcing. No, I don't shield. I use Horseman here. Oh, that's interesting. Because he can now use Pyro Dragon into Grim. But she has enough for a second Grim. If she has it, she can do another Grim. I would have braced there instead of... Or maybe she didn't want to give him the weakness. She did give him the shields, though. He did get weakness. She'll take full damage here. Nice. Is it 3 blades? Only 2 blades, but... We'll take off some of the damage. Still a 2,500 damage hit. Should be at least 27, 28. Unbraced, bladed. Plus. It's as good as you're gonna get, but... At least I can hack territory damage, death. Be like 27-30. Oh, 24. Okay. I was thinking it's above 25 because unbladed or unbuffed is usually 25. So that's weird. I don't know how weakness works. It's like strange. Sometimes it does a lot. Sometimes it does a little. Oh, that was a big one. Will he close it out with the second Grim here? Oh. Does she even have enough? No, she doesn't. And Power Dragon only takes away 3 shields. What does she do? Shield and then next round do it? A double weakness, that's fine. He'll be double weaknessed. I think the Banshee wasn't a good play then. She should have just shielded again. Or just 35 weakness. Because he still had the blade. It wasn't enough to take off the 3 blades. Gotta do something here. She's gonna have to Grim here. But I don't think it's enough to kill. It won't be enough to kill for sure. He's shielded. He can Pyre Dragon and just hit next round again. He's definitely ahead. He took no pack damage here. The only way she can win if he doesn't have the cards that he needs to win. He would ghoul here, right? Oh no, I guess no, not ghoul, because it's that one. Pyro Dragon. Yeah. And no matter what he does next round, he can still win through the shield. Unless she has a set shield of 80. Or I think it's 80 or 70, I don't know. Because he'll be buffed here, yeah. Yeah, he can kill with anything. And she kind of has to Grim. But it doesn't matter. Very nice pip control by Duncan. Close game, though. I think it was the Banshee definitely was not the move to do, I guess. Because he still got the solid Grim off. And then she didn't have enough to clear his shields. So he took no pack damage there. So like if this Heliphant was instead of the Banshee maybe, but then she would have took more damage, but at least she would have been able to do backlash damage. So maybe instead of Banshee, just the normal weakness. Because remember, the Banshee only took off 2 blades and then put 2 25s, right? And then the blade was still there and he still hit, so it didn't matter. So if she instead of putting the Banshee, she would have done weakness. And then maybe had enough for Dragon. I think she had 2, 4, 5 pips. I don't remember. GG's though. Close game. Like, this was just pack damage right here. Could have won. Very good though.